From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here in studio. Oklahoma State basketball taking a little bit of a hiatus this week for end of semester stuff on campus. Haven't played since last weekend. It'll be Sunday before they're out on the court again. But Nathan Ruiz joins us on the phone to talk a little bit about the Cowboys. And Nathan, after a pretty decent start to things in Orlando in that Thanksgiving holiday tournament, Cowboys have stumbled of late. 3 games, 3 losses, and it's been a bit of a slow start. What do you attribute that to for this team?
Yeah, it's a young team with a lot of inexperienced players kind of going through as a result, some inconsistency. In each of those 3 games, they've been competitive at points throughout them. The loss at Minnesota, they were facing an experienced team in where the Minnesota Vikings play, and it's just a different environment for them. The loss at Tulsa, they really struggled from the free throw line. And then Houston's an undefeated team with a lot of experience, and OSU just wasn't able to play consistently well enough throughout the game. So it's a team that's just dependent on a lot of freshmen playing a lot of minutes. They do have some veteran pieces. They'll get another one back this weekend, but it's a team that's still going through a lot of growing pains and learning a lot as things progress. So they're 4-5 right now through 9 games. It's the first time they've been under 500 through 9 games since the 1986-87 season. And that's a team that finished 8-20. I think this team has the potential to do better than that, but it's obviously just a sign of the challenging schedule Mike Boynton put together for this team, in addition to the youth of the roster he's working with.
Well, and that challenge continues, Nathan, this weekend on Sunday as Oklahoma State heads actually to South Dakota to play Nebraska, a Nebraska team that is ranked in at least one poll this week. It seems like it is a neutral site game, but what's the challenge for the Cowboys when they get ready to play again on Sunday?
Yeah, Mike Boynton believes it's going to be the toughest team his team has faced so far, and they've played the reigning national champion Villanova. The Houston team they just played was really good. They beat a really good LSU team in that Advocate Invitational. So they've faced some tough opponents, and so I think it's really high praise for Mike Boynton to say that this Nebraska team could be the toughest team they've played so far. So it'll definitely be a tough challenge. They'll get Curtis Jones back, who's a guy who's an Indiana transfer, had to sit out most of last season after a midseason transfer, had to sit out the fall semester. It's finals week this week. That'll wrap up, and he should be eligible for Sunday's game. So that adds another veteran piece to this team, another slashing shooting guard who should give OSU some more scoring options. So that should help too. But again, it's a young team, depending a lot on freshmen who haven't been at this level, who are adjusting to this level, who are still kind of learning what the college game is like. And Mike Boynton's hope was that this rough non-conference slate will give them that eye-opening experience to say, hey, this is what college basketball is like. So when they stepped into Big 12 play in January, they want to just be blown away. So I think we'll see the benefits of this non-conference schedule maybe once we get into Big 12 play. And maybe they don't show up more until next season when these guys are a year older. But I think we'll start to see the benefits of this really rough stretch for them pay dividends later on.
Hey, I mentioned this game is in South Dakota on Sunday. What's the setup? Why this neutral site game in South Dakota, Nathan? What do you know about that?
Well, yeah, they actually played Minnesota there a few years ago in the Sanford Pentagon, so it's just kind of a nice location, I think, that Sioux Falls, South Dakota puts together to try to give these things. And it's a thing where, it's sometimes tough to get a team to come to your place. So I know that next year Minnesota, their return game is at the BOK Center rather than in Gallagher-Iba Arena. So it's just a matter of OSU trying to find ways to play tough opponents, and it's not always easy to get them into your venue or go to their venue. And sometimes it's just easier to set up something where you're playing them in a neutral site. And so I think it's a good setup for OSU to get a quality opponent on the schedule without maybe having to agree to a home and home.
All right, that game's at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. We'll have the coverage, so be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.